So, my next topic, and this might take a little bit more time to explain, is left-handed guns and left-handed shooters. A lot of people say, oh, I hate being left-handed because all the kit's made for right-handers, and apart from skeet vests and clothing, there is no such thing as a left-handed gun. All a left-handed gun is cast on and cast off. And it's the bending of the stock to get your eye over the top of that rib. And that is the thing that people do not understand. Do I need a left-handed gun? You walk into any of the big shooting schools, the guns that they have, they will use those guns for left-handed shooters, right-handed shooters. Because most of the guns that they will have will be something like a Browning, which will be really high in the comb. And the reason why you want the height in the comb is the whole idea is you want your eye over the top of that rib. And that is what you're looking for. That is the basic bit of fitting a gun to somebody. Forget left-handed guns, right-handed guns. That is what you're looking for, is that eye is over the top of the rib. My biggest thing that I look for, and the way to look at it, if you get yourself a pound coin, and I'm just going to ask James for a pound coin here. Get yourself a pound coin. I will make sure it goes back to James afterwards. And you want to be able to, and I'm going to mount this at the camera, at James to start with. I will show him it's empty. You want to be able to mount that gun, and your eye wants to be able to see over the top of that rib. And that's what you're looking at. So a left-handed gun wouldn't make any difference. I can do it this side. My eye, bear in mind I am right-handed normally, my eye comes over the top of that rib. And that is what you're looking for. And you should be able to put a pound coin there. And the whole idea is you should be able to see the whole of my eye over the top of that rib. Obviously this is a fraction on the low side for me. But if I look at this, which is a little bit higher, my eye's there. And if I put the pound coin there, and the whole of my eyeball is over the top of that rib. And that's what you're looking at. The other thing that people don't understand, people say, oh, I need casts, I need this. This is where, when you buy yourself a gun at your shooting school, and this is where you need to go and get the gun fitted with your shoot. This is where it's worth going and buying the gun where you learn to shoot with it. The other thing that people do is they mount this gun and they go like that and they go, now where am I looking? Here. So the gun is never ever going to shoot where I'm looking because my eye is nowhere near the rib. And again, the most important thing is having that eye over that rib. If I do it left-handed, same thing, I'm looking down the side of the gun. So the whole idea is your eye is over the top of that rib. And that is the most important. Excuse my left-handed, I'm not that great at mounting it left-handed because I am right-handed. So it's there. And the whole thing is your eyebrows are meant to be parallel with that gun. Again, this is where it comes down to eyes. Again, we're going off left-handed guns, but the whole thing goes together. I just had a customer just now. Everyone, when he went to his lesson, they told him to close his eye. The reason why people tell you to close your eye is because if I mount that gun and that gun is too low and that gun's there, if I close my eye, helps me straighten my head up. So for an instructor, it's easier to say, close your eye, rather than sort your gun mount or your gun out. And that is how important it is to get that gun right. Whether it's left-handed or right-handed doesn't make any difference what from the gun you choose. Whether you choose a left-handed gun or right-handed gun, because all it is cast. So all these manufacturers that say, oh, I've got this left-handed gun, all they've done is they put a bit of cast on it. The only time is when they put a left-handed palm swell. Now that's different. That's when it comes, that left-handed palm swell. If I've got a right-handed palm swell on here, it wouldn't work if I was left-handed. So the palm swell is dominant to on which side you hold that gun. But this is where most people will not have one with palm swell. What you actually see, and there's one lad in the school's challenge that does this, he's made his own palm swell on his side. So he's right-handed, and he's made it so he's fatter here because he wants his own palm swell. If you buy a gun with a palm swell, it's hard to sell it afterwards. So if you buy a gun straight there, a lot of people don't actually need palms, unless you're looking at Olympic level shooting. A lot of people won't need a palm swell. And all it does is it fills the hand out. So if you've got big hands, it fills the hand out there or that side there. So that's the difference between palm swells, left-handed guns, and what it is. And this is where I say to people, make sure that gun fits you. Make sure your eye is over that rib. Make sure your eyes are level. So that's what you want to be looking at there. And your eyebrows are level. Not like that, straight. And I always say to people, you've got an angle created by your jawbone and your cheekbone, all right? And that angle fits onto that gun there. And what you want to be doing is you want to be thinking yourself, pinch an inch. So you need to be thinking there. So if you can see, because this gun's a little bit low in the cone for me, I can't pinch a lot. Now if I change the gun to this, so if I mount my gun, my head, and I can pinch an inch and it fits onto there. See the angle there, sitting on there? So that's what you want to be. You want to be 3 fingers away from that comb, and you want to have your eye straight, your eye over that rib, and just pinch an inch there. And that's really what you're looking at when you come in. So when your question is, when you come in, do I need I'm left-handed. Do I need a left-handed gun? Do I need a straight gun? Do I need that? Doesn't really make any difference. The biggest question you need is when you mount that gun, whether it's from left shoulder or right shoulder, is that eye is down that rib. Because that is what's going to help you hit that target. That is what's going to line everything up. Just like an air rifle. If this was an air rifle, you've got a back sight and a front sight. On this, on your air rifle, if I put my head and I went like that with your back sight on an air rifle, you'd say, what the hell are you doing? And that is exactly what you're doing with rolling your head. So I'm bending my back sight because your eye is the shotgun's back sight. So when your head is on that wood, that has got to be lined up with this, looking over there, looking at the target, because that is your back sight. And that is why this bit here is the most important thing. So when your question comes into a shop or a gun shop or a shooting school and say, I want to buy a gun, I'm left-handed, do I need a left-handed gun? That is the answer you need to ask yourself now. Do you need a left-handed gun? You don't. What you need to do is you need to go to a shooting school to buy your gun, or to a professional instructor that knows how to fit that gun to you, and then he will find a gun off the shelf that will fit you correctly. And that's the sort of things you need to be looking at when you buy that gun.